Curtis Jackson, known to the world as 50 Cent, has long been a master of provocation, a figure who thrives in the chaos of rap rivalries and public feuds. For years, he's wielded his sharp wit and unrelenting trolling to keep himself at the center of hip-hop's attention, turning Instagram posts and sly comments into weapons of cultural warfare. But what began as playful jabs and meme-driven shade has evolved into something far more explosive. 50 Cent is no longer just stirring the pot. He's detonating bombs. His targets? Two of the most towering figures in hip-hop, Sean Combs, known as Diddy, and Sean Carter, better known as Jay-Z. What was once lighthearted roasting has transformed into accusations so severe they could rewrite the history of the genre. 50 Cent claims that Jay-Z and Diddy were involved in the death of Tupac Shakur, one of hip-hop's most enduring icons, and that they've spent nearly 3 decades concealing their roles in a conspiracy that reshaped the industry. This isn't just another chapter in 50 Cent's storied history of beefs. This is a calculated escalation, a campaign that feels less like trolling and more like an orchestrated assault on the legacies of two moguls. 50 Cent isn't stopping at social media posts or cryptic disses in songs. He's announced plans for a docuseries under his G-Unit production banner, a project that promises to lay bare what he claims is the truth about Tupac's murder. The man who brought the world gritty, cinematic stories through shows like Power and BMF is now turning his lens on one of hip-hop's darkest mysteries. Unlike his previous antics, where humor and hyperbole often blurred the line between fact and fiction, this move feels different. It's deliberate, pointed, and backed by a production machine that suggests he's not just talking for attention. He's building a case. At the heart of 50 Cent's allegations is a claim that cuts deep. Jay-Z orchestrated Tupac's death, with Diddy playing a role in covering it up. These aren't casual accusations thrown out in a freestyle or a late-night tweet. They're specific, explosive, and tied to a narrative that's been whispered in hip-hop circles for decades. The timing couldn't be more suspicious. Diddy's legal troubles are mounting, with federal raids on his homes making headlines and lawsuits piling up like kindling. Jay-Z, once seen as untouchable, is also facing legal battles, including a civil case that links him to Diddy in allegations of misconduct so serious they've sparked widespread debate. Amid this storm, 50 Cent is doing what he does best, fanning the flames. Every time a new development emerges, another raid, another lawsuit, another whisper of scandal, 50 is there, ready with a meme, a post, or a taunting comment that keeps the spotlight fixed on his targets. What makes this moment stand out isn't just the severity of the accusations, but the way 50 Cent is playing the game. His approach feels less like a reaction to events and more like a carefully crafted strategy. He's not just commenting on the chaos, he's shaping it. His social media presence is a masterclass in psychological warfare, blending humor with menace in a way that keeps people hooked. One day, he's posting an AI-generated video of Diddy's arrest, complete with exaggerated characters like Joe Biden or Beyoncé for comedic effect. The next, he's sharing a cryptic clip from an old Jay-Z interview, letting the subtext do the heavy lifting. He'll mock Diddy's legal woes with a savage caption, then pivot to a seemingly unrelated jab at Jay-Z's family life. To the casual observer, it's just 50 being 50, petty, relentless, and endlessly entertaining. But zoom in, and it's clear that none of this is random. Each post is a breadcrumb, leading followers down a rabbit hole that 50 Cent is constructing in real time. The centerpiece of his narrative revolves around Las Vegas, a city that looms large in hip-hop's mythology as the stage for Tupac's final moments. On September 7, 1996, Tupac was gunned down at a red light, just hours after a brawl at the MGM Grand. The official story has always been murky. Suge Knight, who was driving the car, escaped with minor injuries. The shooter was never identified. Witnesses vanished or clammed up. But 50 Cent isn't just revisiting the street-level details of that night. He's pointing to something deeper, something more calculated. For years, rumors have circulated about a Vegas pact, a supposed agreement among industry power players to neutralize Tupac, not because of personal grudges, but because he was a threat to their empires. Tupac wasn't just a rapper. He was a revolutionary with a platform, a man who allegedly held explosive secrets about record labels, shady deals, and the underbelly of the music business. According to the whispers, he was ready to go public, to expose the machinery behind the glamour. If true, his silence wasn't just convenient, it was necessary. In 50 Cent's telling, Jay-Z and Diddy weren't just bystanders in this drama, they were architects. At the time of Tupac's death, Both men were rising stars, ambitious and hungry, but not yet the untouchable titans they would become. The theory suggests they were part of a broader power play, a move to stabilize an industry teetering on the edge of chaos. Tupac's volatility, his willingness to call out corruption, his refusal to play by the rules, made him a liability. Eliminating him, the story goes, wasn't about a street beef or a gang rivalry. It was a corporate decision, a cold calculation to protect the future of hip-hop's emerging empires. And in the aftermath, Diddy's bad boy record soared, capitalizing on the death of another icon, the Notorious B.I.G., just 6 months later. The timing, as 50 Cent keeps emphasizing, feels too perfect to be coincidence. What lends weight to these claims isn't just 50 Cent's persistence, but the context surrounding them. Diddy's legal troubles are no longer just rumors, they're front-page news. Federal raids on his properties have raised questions about everything from his business dealings to his personal conduct. Lawsuits are mounting, with allegations ranging from financial misconduct to far darker claims. One civil case even names Jay-Z alongside Diddy, accusing them of acts that have sent shockwaves through the industry. Jay-Z's team has pushed back hard, dismissing the lawsuit as a desperate attempt at extortion, but the damage is done. In the court of public opinion, where perception often outweighs evidence, a name like Jay-Z's doesn't emerge unscathed from such accusations. And 50 Cent knows it. He's not just throwing punches, he's exploiting the cracks in their carefully curated images. Then there's Beyoncé, a figure whose silence speaks volumes. Industry insiders whisper that she's reached a breaking point, fed up with Jay-Z's association with Diddy as the latter's empire crumbles. Sources claim she's issued ultimatums demanding that Jay-Z distance himself from the controversy or risk their shared legacy. This isn't just tabloid gossip. It's a glimpse into the high-stakes world of a billionaire power couple fighting to protect their brand. The Carters have built an empire that spans music, fashion, film, and philanthropy. But every new headline chips away at that foundation. Blue Ivy may smile for the cameras, and Beyoncé's team may churn out polished PR. But behind the scenes, the tension is palpable. And 50 Cent, ever the opportunist, knows exactly how to twist the knife. He'll mock Jay-Z's family moments like their Mufasa premiere, turning personal milestones into fodder for conspiracy. It's ruthless, but it's effective. What makes 50 Cent's campaign so compelling is its layered approach. On the surface, his posts are pure entertainment, memes, fake trailers, sarcastic captions that keep his millions of followers engaged. But beneath the humor lies a darker purpose. He's not just trolling, he's planting seeds of doubt, forcing people to question the narratives they've accepted for decades. He'll reference court filings in one post, then drop a sarcastic DM in the next. He'll roast Diddy's legal troubles one day, then share a snippet of Jay-Z's past the next. It's a slow drip of suspicion, designed to erode trust in the moguls who've long been seen as untouchable. And in an era where social media shapes public perception more than traditional journalism, 50 Cent's strategy is dangerously effective. His AI-generated videos, like the one depicting Diddy's arrest, blur the line between fiction and reality, making it impossible for viewers to look away. They're not just jokes, they're psychological triggers, keeping the conversation alive and the questions burning.